Hello friends, welcome back to another episode of Movies and Melodies. Today I'm going to talk about one of my favorite actors, one who I think has been ignored, underrated. She basically had to work very hard to make it in the movie industry, Mumtaz, or affectionately known as Mumu. She was born to Iranian immigrants, Salim Askari Saab and Shadi Habib Agha Begum. They divorced when she was maybe about 3, leaving her and her younger sister Malika with their mother. She became a child star quite early on, and her first movie as a child star was Sone Ki Chidiya in 1957. This was the Nutan Balraj Sahani Talat Mahmood starrer. It's a huge hit movie. She continued to act in various movies, small roles, sister, maid, that kind of thing, friend, whatever. She always acted very well. Every little role, whatever it was, she gave it her all, very sincere, very hardworking, very unself-conscious in front of the camera. She continued on to struggle and struggle. Finally, in 1963, a very close family friend of theirs, Dara Singh, he happened to give her a role as a leading lady in one of his movies called Faulad. This was an action movie, and she acted in nearly a dozen movies with him in these sort of action roles. So she got typecast as an action star. Don't get me wrong. These were incredibly high-paying movies. She got something like 2.5 lakh rupees per movie. This is not something to be sneezed at. Yet her ambition to become an A-grade heroine was not, getting any closer, it seemed like. In 1965, she managed to grab a role as a vamp, but it was a significant chunk of a role. She got a lot of screen time in this role, Mere Sanam. It was massive hit, Biswajit Asha Parekh in the lead. But she is the one you come away from the movie, really remembering and saying, wow, that was a good actor. There's even a fantastic Asha Ji song picturized on her. You've guessed it by now. Ye Reshmi Zulfon Ka Andhera. Opinayer's music with Majroo Saab's lyrics. It's an outstanding, outstanding song.
जुल्फों का अंधेरा न घबराई जहाँ तक महक है मेरे गीतों की चले आई ये है रेशमी जुल्फों का अंधेरा न घबराई जहाँ तक महक है मेरे चले आई ये है रेशमी जुल्फों का अंधेरा न घबराई जहाँ तक महक है मेरे केसों की चले आई जो हकीकत है कहते हैं हम खुलते रुकते इन रंगीला की पसंद जल उठेंगे दिए जुगनुओं की तरह जल उठेंगे दिए जुगनुओं की तरह चिता पर सुन तो फरमाइए ये है रेशमी जुल्फों का अंधेरा न घबराई जहाँ तक महक है मेरे गीतों की चले आई.
After the success of Mere Sanam, she continued to get a bunch of good parallel roles in movies like Sawan Ki Ghata and Kajal. And she got this really significant role in Ye Raat Fir Na Aayegi. Sharmila Tagore, Biswajit in the lead. Mumtaz has a distinctly negative role in this, but she has, I would say, almost equal screen time as Sharmila Tagore. She acquitted herself extremely well in this movie. In the meanwhile, she continued doing her action movies. She had to support her family, so that went on as well. Earlier on, she had played a lot of character roles in V. Shantaram movies. 1967 brought Boond Jo Ban Gayi Moti. Rajashri was supposed to be the lead, V. Shantaram's daughter, Jitendra in the male lead. Mumtaz ji had a character role in it. She would always accept roles with V. Shantaram because she, liked him a lot, he helped her a lot, so she had accepted this role. What ended up happening was that Rajashri decided she's not going to act in the movie. So V. Shantaram offered the lead role to Mumtaz. Jitendra apparently had a bit of a tantrum about this, and he didn't want to act with a stunt heroine as his lead. V. Shantaram was a very fair man. So he told Jitendra, if you have objections about this, please feel free to quit. I'll find someone else, but Mumtaz remains as the heroine. Jitendra calmed down after this, and the movie went on actually to do pretty well in the box office. Music was very, very good. Satish Bhatia, and the lyrics were by Bharat Vyas. So I want to share a duet from this. This was sort of her first lead movie, and I wanted to share a duet from this movie. Suman Kalyanpur Mukesh ji have sung this. हाँ मैंने भी प्यार किया.
मैंने भी प्यार किया, प्यार से कब इनकार किया. भीगी भीगी रातें, मीठी मीठी बातें, और मैंने दिल को निसार किया. हाँ मैंने भी प्यार किया. प्यार किया कलियों के महकते अंगों से, प्यार किया मैंने गुल के गुलाबी गालों से. प्यार किया नरगिस की नशीली आँखों से, प्यार किया बदली की रंगीली जुल्फों से. खुली चांदनी में, खुली चांदनी में मैंने अभिसार किया. हाँ मैंने भी प्यार किया, मैंने भी प्यार किया. प्यार से कब इनकार किया, कब इनकार किया. भीगी भीगी रातें, मीठी मीठी बातें, और मैंने दिल को निसार किया. हाँ मैंने भी प्यार किया.
In 1967, she got to act with Dilip Kumar as his lead in Ram Aur Shyam. This was a very, very big hit, this movie. And to act opposite Dilip Kumar as the lead, that is really something. So this helped open up other avenues for her. She got a lot more offers, and she acted in Do Raste in 1969 with Rajesh Khanna. Super hit, and Mumtaz had arrived in a big way. After this, Dharmendra, Shashi Kapoor, Jitendra, everybody acted with her, all hit movies. In fact, her pairing with Rajesh Khanna was in almost, I think, 10 movies. All of them super hits. Amazing, no? In 1968, she acted with Shami Kapoor, not as the heroine, as sort of a parallel where she's paired across with Pran Saab, Brahmachari. Rajashri is in the lead, but Mumtaz's role is not the traditional vamp role. Here she is actually an innocent girl who falls in love with the rather suave baddie, Pran, and things get complicated and then it's all fine. But she did a very, very good job with this role, and there's a really awesome duet picturized on Shami Kapoor and Mumtaz, Pran is sort of, just there. She is just fantastic in this song. She's dancing away happily, complete abandon. Music for this movie was by Shankar Jaikishan and lyrics by Hasrat Jaipuri. Aajkal Tere Mere Pyar Ki Charche. This has been sung by Suman Kalyanpur and Rafi Saab.
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई
तो क्या आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो
हमने तो प्यार में ऐसा काम कर लिया प्यार की राह में अपना नाम कर लिया हमने तो प्यार में ऐसा काम कर लिया प्यार की राह में अपना नाम कर लिया प्यार की राह में अपना नाम कर लिया
आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर
अच्छा
सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई
तो क्या आजकल तेरे मेरे प्यार के चर्चे हर ज़बान पर सबको मालूम है और सबको खबर हो गई
In 1969, she acted in another movie as a parallel lead, and this was Aadmi Aur Insaan. It had Dharmendra cast opposite Saira Banu. She was cast opposite Feroz Khan. She plays the role of a young woman who is basically a good person, but she is very attracted to the bad boy type. Far more fun, exciting, dangerous than the goody-goody hero, right? She does such a fantastic job. In fact, she is the one who steals the show from both Feroz Khan and from Dharmendra, and definitely from Saira Banu. She is very memorable, very natural, uber comfortable in her skin. There's a fantastic duet picturized on her and the two male leads in this movie. Asha ji has sung this song, and Mahendra Kapoor as well sort of adds this kind of a sober bit to a very peppy song. And she is fantastic in this, the whole picturization of this song. It was Ravi Saab's music with Sahir's lyrics. Zindagi ittifaq hai.
जिंदगी इत्तेफाक है जिंदगी इत्तेफाक है कल भी इत्तेफाक थी आज भी इत्तेफाक है जिंदगी इत्तेफाक है हाय जाम पकड़ बढ़ाते हाँ मांगुआ घटे न राम जाने वफा तेरी कसम कहते हैं दिल की बात हम घर कोई मेल हो सके आँखों का खेल हो सके अपने को खुश नसीब जान वक्त को मेहरबान मान मिलते हैं दिल कभी कभी वरना है अजनबी सभी मेरे हमदम मेरे मेहरबान हर खुशी इत्तेफाक है हर खुशी इत्तेफाक है कल भी इत्तेफाक थी आज भी इत्तेफाक है जिंदगी इत्तेफाक है
Mumtaz was one of those people who struggled terribly during her early years, but once she hit success, she really made it spectacularly. She continued to dominate through the early 70s. She got married actually in 1974 to UK businessman, multi-millionaire Mayur Madhvani. She emigrated to the UK. She had 2 daughters. She stayed away from films. I think one unsuccessful foray into film, some movie called Andhiya in 1990, didn't do well. I mean, I think for her fans, there was no transition from lead to mother kind of roles. So I think it was badly received because of that. But she is a survivor. She suffered from breast cancer, fought it very successfully. Her daughter, one of them, is married to Feroz Khan's son. So she apparently now spends her time shuttling between Bombay and London. So anyway, that's it for this day's episode. I'll be back in 2 weeks. But until then, remember, music is food for the soul. Keep listening.